Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tilting Ground Untitled Notre Dame USC Football Podcast. I'm USC fan Michael Muto, and I'm here with Notre Dame expert Greg Famong. Greg, happy Indigenous Peoples Day.
happy Columbus Day, my friend.
I guess, yeah, it depends on where you live, right?
We're going to play it both ways. We're going to play it both ways today because, we don't know who's listening. Yeah. Don't know.
Different people, different holidays.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Happy day.
All
how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
We both won.
We both won. I'm bringing something to the podcast that we haven't had before. I actually went to the USC game. I was there.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
So, why don't we start with Notre Dame? I feel like we go USC first, like the last couple times. Let's start with Notre Dame. They are ranked. They are on a little win streak.
That's right.
They're going into a bye, so I don't know when we'll talk about them again.
We should. I feel like we should. When we talked about them in the spring, when no one was playing any games, so.
I know.
We talk.
Don't worry. We'll definitely talk about Notre Dame.
Yeah, this is something to talk about. I'll make some stuff up if you want.
No.
Okay.
So I actually got to watch the game because ESPN was kind enough to replay it last night. Since we're recording on Monday.
By the way, I should mention,
yes,
because I get this a lot from people who are looking for the replay, whether it's on the site for UHND or on Twitter, and you can always find, there's always a copy on YouTube. You can always find a game. I can always find a full game replay. It's either like a full game or it's split up into halves, but there's always a replay online. It's not so much like that for USC. I don't know why, but it's not.
Well, I know NBC does a pretty good recap just in general. It's not the whole game, but they do a pretty good 25-minute recap of most of the games.
They do. It's not bad. It's for me it's useless because when I write I need to pick out things. So highlight plays, I try not to use clips of highlights because
everyone saw the highlights.
Yeah, so it's not informative. But yeah, for just someone who is I want to check out the gist of what happened. So if you're a USC fan listening and it's I just want to catch the gist of what happened, NBC does have a pretty good. It's usually around 15-20 minutes. So,
but yes, you can always find games. It's 2017, man. You can find whatever you want on the internet.
Oh yeah, it's too bad too because I always I have a tradition going back to 1996 of taping the games, and I still do it. It's it's obviously a superstition at this point, but I almost never watch on my DVR because I can just do it on the computer, and it's real easy to fast forward, and pause and just look at things over and over again, almost like I was back to watching film in high school.
I was gonna ask actually, if you still you clued it up, but do you still DVR or do you VCR? I wanted to see a 1994 VCR hooked up to your TV with a Kodak blank tape recording.
That's funny.
Just for superstition.
So what I do is before every season, before the first game, I go into the DVR and I make room for the upcoming season. And the trick is, so last year, what I usually do is I delete the losses. Don't need it, don't want to watch it over again. Because on the DVR, it's kind of like I'm laying in bed and I can't sleep, so I'll turn on the TV and I'll just look at the game. But I don't want to look at a loss, so I'll usually just delete those.
Get all worked up.
Yeah, and I know what kind of season it is based on how many games I've kept. So last year didn't keep a lot of games, a lot of room on the DVR. But this year, I've got 5, which is nice.
So far,
halfway.
So what happened on was it Saturday? On Saturday, you sent me a text that Brandon Wimbush wasn't playing Saturday morning.
Yeah, and you didn't know.
I did not know that was a thing.
News, man. That's unacceptable.
I know.
It's there's one thing to know about Notre Dame this week, and that's the starting quarterback was hurt. There were rumors So like after the game Saturday, he gives the press conference or he answered questions and like no one said anything. He didn't say anything about his foot or anything like that. Brian Kelly comes out on Sunday, they ask him any injuries, and he says, well, like nothing that would keep anyone out of the game. Then Monday comes, and there's like rumors online about Brandon Wimbush went out to a bar on Saturday night and hurt his foot.
Oh.
And like, it's like he was at a bar and hurt his foot. Like doing what? No one knows, right? And Brian Kelly just said, he said he went out, his foot started to hurt, so he went home. And
reasonable. I mean, he did just play a contact sport.
Yeah, like that happened. That's happened to me before. Like you're out and it's like, man, my shoulder, like it really hurts or something hurts.
This doesn't feel right.
Yeah, and it's like, where did I hurt it? Right? Would it have been hurting like this if I had just stayed home and not gone out? I don't know. But
probably.
I mean, like, so whatever, wherever
it's like he was out kicking people's dogs or something.
Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe he was doing like practicing his parkour in the parking lot or something.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. But either way, he was out for this game. So, and Notre Dame was all about like, well, if Ian Book comes in, the backup, and looks really good, there's going to be a quarterback controversy. And, because he's a better passer and Brandon Wimbush can't really pass. So, but
that didn't seem to be a problem.
That's not really what happened. Like he wasn't, he was fine. Like he was 17 of 31 for 46 yards or something, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. Like he was fine, whatever.
He was Wimbush-esque.
Yeah, like it really wasn't. Like, I'm I got to stay off message boards, but it's like, people on the message board are, well, he can make throws that Wimbush couldn't. And that's kind of true. Like that is kind of what happened. Like he did some things where it's like he's rolling right and he's, throwing accurate passes and completing passes. And it's like we haven't really seen a lot of that from Wimbush this year. At the end of the day, you look and like Wimbush's first start, he had 290 total yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And Ian Book had 190 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. 290 is still more than 190.
Brandon Wimbush didn't get to play in North Carolina. They're not, they're not world beaters.
Well, I mean, it was against Temple, and it's like they're not world beaters, but it's like either defense isn't very good, and 190 is less than 290. Call me crazy. I still want the guy who was on pace to rush for 1,000 yards as a quarterback.
Yeah, that's the guy who's running over everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just like that.
Why downgrade the rushing offense when you're barely, maybe not even upgrading the passing offense?
Yeah. So
seems silly.
Things from this game. North Carolina is not good at football.
Well, they're all hurt too, right?
Yeah, like they had like 13 guys hurt. They had like 4 guys get hurt during the game. Yeah, so they're not good. They're not. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really watched them that much. They've lost a lot of games like really late this year. Like they were leading against Louisville late, and then Lamar Jackson just kind of overwhelmed them. So it's like you still have to go out and do things. Their offense is really bad. I mean, Notre Dame's defense is good, so that's obviously some of this is forced, but I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like North Carolina is making a bunch of mistakes that kind of doesn't matter who the opponent is. Like fumbling snaps and fumbling like handoffs, that sort of thing.
Just bad football.
Bad football, right. So, Josh Adams had his weekly 70-yard run and then just kind of shut him down for the rest of the second half.
I mean, he got his 100,
Yeah, he got his 13 for 120, and then we can sit him down for the rest of the game. He's sat 8 quarters this year.
That's crazy.
8 quarters. And people, like, there's a big movement on Notre Dame Twitter about Josh Adams winning the Heisman Trophy. Like, how's he going to win the Heisman Trophy if
He can't.
he's
He doesn't play
not
enough.
playing full games? Exactly. And you know what? Like, credit to Brian Kelly for that. For seeing, like, hey, I have this guy who could be just putting up crazy monster numbers. But I'm not going to do the thing with Nick Saban in Alabama and give Derrick Henry 40 carries a game. I'm not going to do that. You know?
I mean, he's still putting up good numbers. It's not like, they're taking him out at 75 yards.
Well, no, but like he's like 2 weeks ago, he's at 8 carries for 160. And this week he's 13 for 120. Yeah, like that's at halftime. And they could pad those stats and give him a chance, because that's how it happens. I mean, how many times have we seen USC quarterbacks throw 6 touchdowns against trash Colorado, and it's like all of a sudden their touchdown totals? You know it's true, Michael.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you know it's true. Don't you do it. Don't you hedge on me, Michael. You know it happens.
There's no way that didn't happen this week too, but whatever.
It's so true. So, it's that's what's going on. Notre Dame's got the 4th team running back, Deion McIntosh, running over linebacker.
McIntosh? I saw the name. I didn't look familiar. I know Tony Jones Jr. I know Dexter Williams. I don't know Deion McIntosh.
You don't know him because I never talked about him. And look, I know who he is. It's not like I don't. But I never saw fit to bring him up because he's just a guy on a roster, right? Like I don't know the person who got the 80th scholarship for USC. And going into it, like you would feel like Deion McIntosh, how I ranked the top 25 players?
Yes.
Well, if we went the whole roster, he'd probably be around like 60 to 85. And
he's probably not a top 4 running back.
He's out there running over linebackers. He's out there juking safeties. 124 yards on 12 carries when they're still trying. Like they're still trying, And yeah. I mean, God bless him out there doing stuff. So it's like he's an option now. I feel like USC people, they need to know who he is because
just in case.
Yeah,
Notre Dame likes to run.
You just never know. Like he's just gonna be out there. And so one time, like if he takes a little carry into the end zone, like he did against Michigan State, like, well, Greg told me about him. You got to know. Yeah. So, I don't know. It was one of those games where it's like I sensed Notre Dame they could feel the bye coming. It's like they weren't totally sharp.
They just wanted to get home.
Yeah, it's like they didn't have that sharpness. They didn't have that. And why would they, right?
Backup quarterback, too.
Well, backup quarterback, and plus, like, you kind of know North Carolina's trashy. Like, when you're playing a team that you've seen on film is going to mess up on their own without you having to do anything, it's just kind of in the back of your mind. Like, at some point, they're going to do something dumb. And they did, over and over again. Like, North Carolina's driving down the field, and the kid fumbles. They fumble the exchange between the running back and the quarterback tries to throw it, and he, like, knocks it down. Notre Dame picks it up and runs to the 50. Start of the second half, they try to throw a little flat pass to the running back. Julian Okwara tips it up in the air. He intercepts it. North Carolina takes a safety right before halftime. Talk about a fireable offense from an offensive coach. Like, my goodness. You're throwing the ball from your offense is terrible. You're throwing the ball from your own one with 40 seconds left in the first half. He throws it incomplete, and Brock Heward brought it up. It's like, well, now, because Notre Dame only had 2 timeouts. So if you take a knee twice or you do 2 quarterback sneaks, like Notre Dame's going to use all their timeout. So on the third one, you just take a knee, you go into halftime, and you get the ball to start the second half down 7 points. Instead, they throw it deep. Now, if you try to run it twice, Notre Dame can take timeout and make you punt it. So they take a shotgun snap, do the inside give the running back, and Jerry Tillery and Jay Hayes swallow him whole. It's like inexplicable. Like if Brian Kelly had done something like that, I mean,
you'd be beside yourself.
Twitter, it just explodes. Like I would just, I mean, it would be a scandal of epic proportions if something like that happened. So, you know, that's a thing that they were doing. So when you know the opponent's going to do that, you're just not as super sharp as you can be. And to be honest with you, it's kind of nice to win 33-10 when you're not at the top of your game.
Well, I disagree. We'll get there.
You disagree, Michael?
Well, not all 30-10 victories are equal when we get to the
Well,
USC
here's the thing. Here's the thing, Michael. USC and Notre Dame are at different places. Okay?
Yes.
Now, if Sam Darnold was our quarterback, I'd probably be like, well, wait a second. You know, well, wait, especially if we were at home. But he's not. So, you know, I think Notre Dame's got the bye coming up. They have a chance to kind of regroup. And, like, I'm not even going to – because, look, they didn't do a lot of good stuff. They did a lot of bad things on defense. You know what I'm saying? And they did a lot of kind of sloppy things on offense. Okay? But I don't care about that as much because the real game is coming up now. And I expect their focus to be better. I expect their play to be better. They're going to be rested. So, you know, I'm not going to get all harpy about, I didn't like how their run fits weren't super great, or they missed some tackles, or, you know, what's up with those routes? Like, it doesn't really bother me. You hear that?
I just heard it once, so I think you're good.
Can we pause it or something?
Yeah.
You're going to have to edit.
I'll make a note
All right,
to myself.
let's just keep it running.
Hold on. All right. Are you ready?
No, hold on. Hold on, I think it's the neighbor.
Hi.
Hey, man.
How's it going, partner?
What's up?
Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Got your name from
Yeah.
the back. What's your name?
Greg.
Hi, Greg. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
I spoke with your wife in regards to this problem before. I don't know if she has mentioned it to you, but there's some vines that are on the back of that structure that you have, you know, behind your garage there.
Okay.
All right. So it's the last time that you guys did your roof, the contractor was, the contractor, your friend, your buddy Eric, I believe, he cut the vines so it dries, but it would kill the vines. They didn't clean up.
Okay.
So it looked ridiculous, first of all, in the back. This is my property from where I'm at. This is this is on top of your structure.
Okay.
So it's a huge fire hazard.
Okay.
So, you know, if you need some help, you know, I can help you. You can access my property if you think that's going to be easier.
Okay.
Or you can climb up on here and just try to clean this up.
I'll do
You know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
If you need my help, just give me a holler. I mean, I'm your neighbor in the back. Just holler, hey, you know, Saturday, help me out. You can access from my property. Maybe it's easier for you.
Okay.
But because, you know, two folds. Once, if you don't, this is a fire hazard.
Yeah.
It's bad for everybody.
Yeah.
Second, when winter comes around, if you don't clean this up, it's going to get all blown into my yard.
Okay.
You know, we all have kids.
I'll
We
clean
don't
it
want any
up.
of that.
I'll go clean it up.
Cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, especially, I just noticed, you noticed that the smoke?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, I don't want to keep the kids inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully, I'm going to take the hose. I'm just going to spray it, wear it down a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Just that part. That way, in case, because embers are flying all over.
Yeah, I see that.
So we don't want any embers to catch.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll take care of it.
Cool, man.
All right.
Take it easy.
Thanks.
Do you know the neighbors next door pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, I know them.
Would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
So, this is also another problem. So I don't know what kind of tree it is. It's a palm.
Okay.
That kind of protruded into my property as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has like this little fruit. When it dries, it drops all over this spot. So now my kid's back there and just drops on her. If you're going to, I'm just not going to.
Okay. Okay, cool.
That's
all right, thanks.
All right.
Yep. There.
Are we sure we have to edit that out? Because I mean that's good podcasting.
Jesus. My
Firehouse,
God.
Greg. The whole neighborhood's at risk
Fire.
because of you.
Oh man.
What is it, like some leaves or something?
Yeah. It's like the amount of effort it takes to walk around from his house to our house. It's like, just go clean it up. Like, I don't, like, it's over his side. It's just like, just take it down. It's so much harder. Ugh.
He doesn't want to do it.
He doesn't want to. Okay. So you ready to start up again? Where did we stop?
I don't know. We were talking about not being ticky-tacky about their bye weeks coming up.
Yeah.
They'll be ready for USC.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right. Here we go. I feel like I don't totally remember where we were.
We'll make it work. Just start talking.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So I'm just not gonna be all nitpicky about things. I'm just not.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
They're what, 5-1?
5-1, ranked 16th or thereabouts. I don't really care. Doesn't matter.
So what's Notre Dame going to do on the bye? They have like finals. They gotta take tests. They're just going to hang out.
They do, actually. They have midterms this week. So hopefully they don't do much. You know, they'll probably do some install or whatever, some early game planning or whatever. I know coaches go to recruit and that sort of thing. So, you know, just like a little house cleaning.
Oh, I did have a question for you. I was watching the game. Why was Notre Dame going hurry up in the fourth quarter? Like, I know, like, that's what we do. We're a fast team, but burn some clock.
I don't have a good answer for that.
Okay, all right, fair. I mean, I know, like, Chip Kelly.
To be honest with you, like, they did a lot of things that I don't really have a good answer to. Like, why are we throwing interceptions on first down in the red zone? Like, why is that happening? Why is that a thing? Should not be a thing.
Got to get them out of your system, I guess.
I guess. I mean, because, like, why are we throwing the ball? It's first down. Run it. Run the ball. And it's like, look at it. It's 19-7, you know? And I understand in hindsight that it works out, you know? Because, you win the game 33-10 or whatever. But, like, it's 19-7. Like, teams lose. Like, look at Oklahoma. Look at how they lost. Up 24-17, ball going in, and they fumble on the 5 or whatever. Like,
bam, new ball game.
The reason that you beat bad teams is because when you have the lead and you don't fumble, like, going to score touchdowns. So, like, that sort of thing, I was kind of like, okay, I don't really appreciate that, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. Like, if you're doing this stuff in games that matter, we'll revisit it then, and I'll be a little bit more heated about it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, they gotta get people out there, run plays, see different looks, get some experience. So it's like, whatever. Whereas, yes, if this is towards the end of the season when every game matters, and, it's a tight one with a good opponent. It's like, hey, what are you guys doing? Now's not the time for this nonsense.
Exactly. But,
it all worked out for you.
Not going to make it a big deal. Not today.
Is Alize Mack the leading wide receiver for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish?
He is. And that doesn't really say much about Alize Mack either. Although no. I did like he did make some big catches. Like some key, like a 4th and 1. Ian Book threw him a little like 100-mile-an-hour fastball on like a 5-yard route, but he caught it and got the first down. He had some key blocks. He had a big block on Adams' 70-yard run, and he had another like key 3rd down catch. So, he played well. I don't know what's going on with St. Brown right now.
I just assume it's no one can get him the ball.
I don't, like I said, I don't have the game tape, so I can't like really tell you. Like my impression is the previous coach, Mike Denbrock, who was the offensive coordinator, who is now at Cincinnati. He was really good, and his units were always really good. And I haven't seen anything from the receivers in the first 6 games where I'm like, yeah, this is a really well coached unit. Just haven't seen it. So, whatever the case is, they cannot do what they want to do if they're not going to get him going, because they need to. I mean, he has 15 catches on 37 targets. It's like 40% catch rate. Like that's not going to work. It's not going to work
for your best wide receiver.
Yeah, it's just it's not going to happen. Like last year, he was at 66%. So whatever the case is, whether it's quarterbacks, whether it's scheme, whether it's coaching from the receiver position, they can't win these games against USC, and NC State, and Miami, and Stanford if those things aren't taken care of. So, I mean, it has to get figured out. And Alizé Mack, he's playing with more confidence. Like, that should give him more confidence to, play better. But, right now, I mean, if there was a concern, obviously on the offense, like it would be the fact that the passing game has never really looked that good.
Non-existent, really.
I mean, I want to say non-existent. Wow. Like, I mean, they made a lot of plays against Michigan State, which was their best win, which is good. Like that was their best, their best win on the road, and the passing game looked, like something that needed to be dealt with by the defense. Like you can't just so you couldn't say non-existent. Granted, I mean, that was kind of a weird game. They never had to throw the ball in the fourth quarter, but you just feel like, there's more evidence that this team isn't, that group isn't very good than there is that they are good. So.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Hey, they have a bye week to fix everything.
Yeah. I mean, regroup, figure things out.
Heal up, get your quarterback back.
Yeah, so let's hear about your
all right.
Let's hear about your Coliseum experience.
It was a great experience. So
was it?
Just anyone listening, I was the person wearing the "You Can't Sanction the End Zone" shirt, and it was a hit. I think people had forgot about it. It got me a couple free beers, got me a couple of shots for some generous frat boys. It was just great walking around the campus. I don't know how USC ever loses a recruit. It boggles my mind when you're telling me it's raining in North Carolina and I'm sitting in 85-degree October weather in Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
I just can't imagine what goes through some kid's mind when they just see this is it, man. It doesn't get better than this. Let's see what else. What else happened at the Coliseum before the game started? We got in okay. I heard getting in's an issue. You got to make sure you have your clear plastic purse if you're a lady. But no, it was great to be back. It's much different in person than it is on TV. Let me tell you that right off the bat. My big takeaway, the not enough horse. Actually, that's my big takeaway. Is they gotta get the horse involved more with on-field antics. Because the horse just comes out, Traveler, as the horse just comes out after touchdowns. And then to start the fourth quarter, since the Coliseum is where the Olympics were held, the guy on the horse points at the torch and they light the torch for the fourth quarter. So that's kind of fun. But I feel like, you always hear that story of when Miami won the national title. They were the away team in the Orange Bowl, so they wouldn't let them do their smoke. And then the mascot did the smoke anyways, and all the players got jacked up. random plays. Like I want the horse to just bust out on the field every now and then, like a big moment. Just I need more interaction from the guy, the Trojan warrior. You know?
Yeah.
Like just do something fun every now. Like throw your sword or stab the field. I guess he does that sometimes. Just give me something. Give me something with like buck up. You know, get on two legs. Give me something instead of trotting just down the sideline. I want more interaction with the horse. And you know, another thing I noticed on the sideline. This is kind of is a similar vein. I think the Trojans need to have a little more fun.
More fun?
More fun. They seem
Oh
a little tight. Like they just seem a little tight. Like, I think they know that everything's not clicking at 100% efficiency. So, you know, maybe, you know, I know before Washington State there were videos of everybody dancing around and acting goofy. I feel like that's a little forced.
Well, that's my question. Like, how do you want that to manifest itself?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it was hot, so you know, I don't want too much jumping around because then you're wasting your energy.
Right.
But just some timely high fives, maybe a couple guys chuckling with each other, some guys doing some punching the shoulder pads a bit, you know. Like, just something, just a little liveliness. That's what I'd like.
Not enough punching of the shoulder pads going on right now.
Yeah, it just seems a little dead. Like I don't want to I don't need like sideline All-American. It's just like whooping like Mateen Clee is whooping with the towel on the bench. Like I don't need all that. I just need, you know, a little something. It just seems a little down on the sideline.
I think what you're saying, like I think there's a general lack of an aura around the team that you're familiar with from previous eras.
Yeah, you know, I thought like the Ray Maualuga teams, like I think they went a little too far. Some of those teams went a little too far on the scale.
Yeah,
but you can always dial back. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's hard to get pumped up, and I think that comes from the top because Clay Helton is just boring. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
he's just not inspiring. Play calling not inspiring. Personnel usage not inspiring, and I think that it trickles down. Just risk averse.
Right.
I'm done. With Clay. I saw a sign for the Clay Helton charity golf tournament. My comment was, I bet that involves a lot of laying up and leaving.
A lot of laying up. I got 205 to the pin. Want to go for it in 2? It's like, give me the 7-iron.
Yeah, exactly. We can get there in 2. Don't worry.
I like it. Greens and reg. That's funny.
So we're all about. So no, but it was great. It was great to be in the Coliseum. Great to see the band. Oh, another complaint for the actual in-game experience. So when it's third down, so it's, you know, big play. We're signifying big play. The defense has to make a stop.
Yeah.
The PA system rings a bell. Like a big dong dong.
Yeah, I got it.
Then the spirit team, they ring the victory bell like a real bell, and then the band plays a song like to try to pump the crowd up, and then the PA system also like plays like a song, and you never know who's gonna go. It's like it's real disjointed. So the team on the third down team needs to get together and get a consistent sound, and like know who's gonna go when, because sometimes the song's really short, or sometimes the bell goes for a while before the band starts. Like, it's super disjointed. So USC, if you're listening, get your third down cheering.
Get it on point.
Yeah, because it's like too many different things. Like, oh, are we doing the song? Are we doing the bell? Oh no, we're doing all 3. But hey, anyways, back to the real game action. This was the worst 38-10 victory I've ever seen. So that's a thing.
Okay.
The Oregon State dropped a touchdown pass, missed a couple field goals. I think Amon Marshall made a good play on a would-be touchdown. So it wasn't close, but it could have been close. And I don't know, man. I can't take it. Like USC did what they're supposed to do. They scored like 3 minutes into the game. It was great. What's his name? I always get Trayvon Sidney and Tyler Vaughns confused.
Tyler Vaughns.
It was Tyler Vaughns, yes. So Tyler Vaughns, play action pass. It was a beauty. He was wide open. And he scored a touchdown 3 minutes in. Great. Interception by Jack Jones. Trojans get the ball back. they run some goofy option for Ronald Jones's touchdown. I don't even know what it was. It was like it looked like a busted play, maybe. I don't know. But Ronald Jones is fast, so he got around the corner. It wasn't a problem. So then it's 14-0. You think, okay, great, finally, smooth sailing. I can watch some offense, watch some defense, make some plays, not worry about anything. And then they just stutter. Washington State, they get the blocked field goal, which is fine. Oh, that's what it was. So they stop Washington State. They punt. Oregon State punts. And Genie Harris fumbles. He promptly fumbles the punt. Oregon State recovers. Boom. And then they should have kicked field goal. It gets blocked. They get the ball back again. They miss a field goal. And USC still hasn't scored. They're driving down in the second quarter. They drop a touchdown. USC still hasn't scored. It's just, I'm like, here we go again. It's all happening. These losers are keeping people in games because that's what they do. It's just so frustrating. Dante Burnett scores in the second quarter, so that's fine. It gets its 21-3. And, Oregon State never scored, so that's fine. They did stupid things like false starts. Like you were saying, like they do the things bad teams do.
Right.
Like false starts, bad plays, and missing wide open guys. So, it's 28-3 going into the fourth quarter, but you just felt like Oregon State, if they had any competence, the game would have been a lot closer. And that's very worrisome for USC. That garbage Oregon State looks like they can hang around.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, we say things like if they had competence, then it would have been different. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, like if they were good, then they wouldn't be bad, right? Like
the kid dropped a touchdown pass.
Right, but they're like
it should have been 14-10. It should have been 14-10, maybe 13-14. Like I get it. Bad teams have bad kickers. They miss field goals. All right, most teams don't miss two. And like the kid dropped a touchdown pass. He was wide open. He was wide open in the end zone, and he dropped it.
Right.
Like. And then USC's still not scoring. So, I mean, that's on USC. Keeping it close, not doing their part.
Yeah.
Like, USC's doing the dumb things, like I said. So, I may have, forgot John Baxter's special teams coach's name earlier in the season. Just because sometimes, you say a lot of things on the podcast. You forget things every now and then.
You do.
And so I've been looking with an eagle eye at USC special teams. Because he is, quote unquote, one of the best special teams coaches in the nation. And I'm ripped the Band-Aid right off this. I wanted to say something last week. I thought it would be piling on. So I kept my special teams thoughts to myself. I saw it some other places during the week. Felt bad that I didn't say it first. Special teams are awful. Okay, awful. John Baxter's famous because when all he does is kick punts high so guys can't return. So you get a great net because no one's returning the ball because they have to call a fair catch. Because the return team can run down the field. Great. The game changer. I'm glad he thought of that. That's what he's known for. So USC has 6 punt returns all season long. And I don't know how many yards. I forgot to look. They fumbled one. That was on Saturday. That's terrible. There was a squib kick attempt. So I don't know where the ball was supposed to go, but it went right into one of the upback's hands, and he proceeded to return it past the 50. And then in classic Oregon State fashion, he just fumbled when he got hit, so bailout. The punter, I believe, kicked a line drive just almost straight out of bounds. It might have been like a net. I looked at the stats, and he said he was like netting like a 20, 30-yard average somewhere in there. I don't know, man. This thing looked like it went 15 yards. There might have been some funny hometown scoring on that one. So the punting seemed terrible. They all were line drives, which is not what he's known for, as I said earlier. One almost got blocked. That was fun. But thankfully, the guy ran into the punter afterwards. It's just USC is supposed to have these athletes, these highly talented recruits. And I feel like a place where that could show up is special teams. Like, hey, return a punt pass or return a kickoff past the 30. Like, or just, take a knee. Don't even bother. How about return a punt for some yards? Don't have a Genie Harris back there because all he does is stand there. Like, I get it. He's a gamer. He's a trooper. He knows what's going on.
Mhm.
Don't care. Get one of the fast guys back there and have him run straight past the slow guys on the other team. Like, I just feel like it's a place where they get a little spark. And it's actually a place where they're getting negative plays. I mean, look at the field goal kicking. You knew, if you're USC, you knew that your kicker probably wasn't going to be eligible because he did whatever he did to his girlfriend. And we'll just put a freshman back there. It's cool. Whatever. So they don't kick a field goal. They don't attempt a field goal until, like, halfway through the Texas game. And of course, the kid misses it. And then, they luck out because he makes it at the end of the game. It's like, oh, yeah, we had faith in our kicker. It's like, sure. Kid's 18 years old. Yeah, that's a good plan. Some 18-year-old doesn't even have a scholarship. You didn't even recruit him. He just showed up because he went to Mater Dei, like everyone else who played football at Mater Dei. It's like, oh, it just kills me. It just kills me. So that's my specialty.
I just want to bring some stats into this.
Okay.
I've got some advanced stats for you.
Thank you.
Okay, in terms of rankings. Okay. So. And this is the S&P thing, right? So like the guy who did the computers when the BCS was still a thing. Okay. So on punt success rate, USC is ranked 39 in the country.
So that means when they kick the ball, they do a good job of covering it?
Yeah, like, is it a good result?
Okay.
Kickoff success rate is 87th.
That's not good.
No. Punt return success rate is 93rd.
That's terrible.
They are a banner team in kick returns at 11th.
Is that covering or returning?
Returning.
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, 11th. So, I mean, look at you've got some gripes, Michael.
I do. I'm just saying, if you're the best special teams coach in the nation, and
some of them are founded, they are in fact valid criticisms.
So another thing I noticed being at the game, the receivers are slow. Like,
interesting.
I feel like part of Sam Darnold's problem is the other team knows that they can just keep the play in front of them because they don't have to worry about anyone getting behind them. And that seems like a real disadvantage if you're playing offense. The success rate on long passes isn't good. It always looks like there's like 12 guys on the field because whoever they're throwing it to is covered by a couple people. And I know some of it's probably because they're keeping backs into chip or tight ends into block because there's 3 freshman offensive linemen. Like, I get it. But it just didn't look good. It's like Stephen Mitchell. He gets a little bit of separation, and I think Darnold expects him to get more separation as he's running down the field, whereas the DBs catch up. So he overthrows him, or they can make a play on the ball. And like, Stephen Mitchell seems like a good guy. Like, I don't want to go out and kill him. He makes some big catches, but he's just not dynamic. He's just not fast. They did get, there was a stretch where Trayvon Sidney, Tyler Vaughns, and Velus Jones all caught passes on the same drive. So that was kind of fun. But I think part of the problem is you said this actually in the preseason preview that Clay Helton had some weird quote about we'll be as good as our wide receivers or however they click.
Yeah.
How good the team will be. Apparently, he did know that they're not good. So he saw
that was you look back and that was some foreshadowing for sure. It's weird. Like you feel like you can they have so many athletes. Like I made the same mistake with Notre Dame. Like we have so many guys. Like someone's gonna figure it out, and it turns out like that's not correct. Like that doesn't.
But the difference is Notre Dame's quarterback is kind of shaky. Like he's still figuring it out. USC's quarterback is supposed to be the first pick of the draft.
Correct.
So
a generational talent, Michael.
A generational talent, as I said last week, and took a little heat for it. I stand by my words. Wasted, just being wasted. I believe someone in the LA Times said he looks like Darnold is last year he was just playing, just making plays, and this year he's trying too hard. Which, hey, Juju Smith-Schuster's scoring touchdowns for the Steelers. I don't know where Darius Rogers is, but he's better than whoever's on the field now. So I mean, that's a big drop off.
Yeah.
But these other guys, they've been on a team. They've recruited receivers. They've been on their red shirt. They've been around for 2 years. Deontay Burnett can't be the only good one, and he's like the lowest recruited one out of all of them. Which is even weirder.
Yeah.
The streak of Deontay Burnett scores a touchdown, USC's undefeated, continues, which is good.
Uh-huh.
What else? They did run. You know what? I will say this: they moved the pocket around a little bit, which I thought was fun. They don't do that a lot. I liked that. They ran a fun throwback play to Ronald Jones, which is get athletes in space. Like that. I still think Ronald Jones only had 14 carries, which is crazy.
Well, now it's hard because Stephen Carr is out.
We had 12. Ronald Jones had 12 carries.
Could use more.
All season long, I've kind of wondered what happened to Aki Cedric Ware, considering he was kind of the backup last year.
Yeah.
And he finally got to play. I think what's his name?
Stephen Carr.
Fave Malapie experiment is over. And now Aki Cedric Ware is firmly the backup.
Yeah.
Which is good. I always thought he was as college backups go, he seemed like he could catch, he could block, he could run. He just seemed like a solid football player. Whereas Malapie just seems to run into the line.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. He's still a freshman, so maybe he'll get better. Oh, what did I text you? So it was 4th and 10.
Oh.
And in the third quarter, USC is winning. It was 28-10 in the third quarter. 3rd and 8 from the 13. USC was a quarterback draw for Sam Darnold. And he gets lit up. I was so mad. It's like, that's your best player. You're running a designed quarterback draw. You're up by 20.
Don't need it.
You're not a quarterback running team. I'm sorry. I know backup quarterback Matt Fink had a 60-yard touchdown run on a read option. But great, do that with him, not with Sam Darnold. Not with the best player on the team. It's just so stupid. They just do dumb things, Greg, and it makes me mad.
Notre Dame did that this week. They ran a couple of quarterback designed runs. It's this is the backup. You can beat North Carolina with your standard stuff. You don't need to be running the quarterback when the next guy is a walk-on. You don't need that.
You don't need Van Gorder's kid.
No, you don't. You don't need that. I don't want that. No one wants that.
Yeah. It's what are you guys doing? Who are you trying to prove something to?
Yeah. I hate that stuff. Know what you got. You have your all-world quarterback, and it's you're up. You don't need to run him. Why? You have Ronald Jones, who only has 12 carries. Figure out a way for him to touch the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Give it to a tight end. Let a tight end score a touchdown. Pad those passing stats.
Anything beyond subjecting your quarterback to a hit.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, what happens if Sam Darnold gets hurt?
Then
beside myself.
Clay Helton's fired before he leaves the field.
Right? Yep. Does Jalen Green play back at quarterback?
No.
I've
been told he's full time, Michael.
He's full time. He's the starting wide receiver.
That's right.
He's the reason the offense isn't clicking because he got a concussion.
Oh, there you go.
He's the starting wide receiver.
There you go.
Wide receiver. Another slow guy who drops the ball. Also, I couldn't find Darnold on the sidelines. I was having a real hard time picking him out as I was watching because I was trying to see what he does.
Oh yeah.
USC's on defense. And I couldn't find him. At all.
Does USC have the tent?
They do have the tent. Yes.
Maybe he's in the tent.
Well, they only break it out when someone gets hurt, though. So they
they put it up real quick.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Because I saw it come out. I was like, hey, look, the tent's up.
Wow.
So yeah, I couldn't find him. I found the backup quarterbacks. I found the linemen. I found the running backs, the receivers. I assume he was just bouncing around.
Yeah.
What was happening?
Yeah.
USC, let's see. Any other takeaways? USC gave up some more plays of 20-plus yards because that's what they do. I think they're tops of the nation in that. Giving up plays of 20 yards.
Very good. Very good heading into Notre Dame, too.
Yeah, so Josh Adams is pumped. He's gonna get his.
Let me see.
Yeah. I think they're like 108th in the nation in plays of 20 yards or more. So
they are 113th. This is very exciting.
Yeah. That's what they do, man.
Are these pass plays?
It's all.
Are they? It's all things? Let me check. I'm very excited about this.
Everything.
This might be the most exciting thing that's happened to me today. USC is – they don't give up that. They're 80th in 20-yard rushing plays given up.
Still not good.
Not good. And you know what, Michael? That's about how many Josh Adams has. No, that's how many Josh Adams has of like 60-plus yard runs. Very exciting.
Yeah, no, he's going to get one. I mean, look at what happened when they played Stanford. That Bryce Love kid had like 200 yards halfway through the second quarter.
He did. And you know what, Michael? Josh Adams had like a 60-yard run on the first play of last year's game.
Yeah, it's what they do. Like, I don't even get mad when I see it.
Yeah.
It's like as long as there's no sustained drives, like whatever. I know there's going to be some touchdowns here and there.
Yeah.
Or even if they don't score, it's even better. Like someone will break off like a 40-yard pass and then, they'll geek it up, throw an interception or fumble or something. Like, I just know there's just going to be yards. This defense is going to give up yards. Like, I'm in. Whatever.
Very exciting.
Yeah. So you guys, Notre Dame's going to get some great film on USC giving up big plays, and the weekly pass interference play. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
But whatever. They won.
They did.
They won. Everyone was happy. And now Utah comes to town next week. Utah lost last week. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I would say it's good.
Okay. It's a night game. Or a 5 p.m. game. I don't know if that's not technically a night game.
It's at night. It gets dark around 6:30.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what to think. I hope it's a sad Utah. I mean, look, I know what's going to happen. It's going to be close going into halftime. It'll be, maximum 2-touchdown lead. And then, whatever happens in the third quarter happens in the third quarter. They'll set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Like, why? Don't even turn it on until after halftime. Like, what's the point?
I don't know. Well, I'll probably be able to watch, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to watch. But
I'm just saying because it's hard because last week I can't watch because they're on the Pac-12 network, so I can't watch the game.
Yes.
I can't.
So what I heard was when they're on at night, they're generally not on the Pac-12 network.
Yeah.
Like that's why they so they kick your ass. It's probably Fox, I bet.
Yeah.
I could look. So I mean, USC's a favorite. I think they're a couple touchdown favorite. Like I just said, it's going to be the same thing that happens every week. Why would things change now? We got the blueprint. We know what's going to happen. Yeah, USC's a 12.5-point favorite. 5 p.m. game at the Coliseum on ABC.
What do you think, Michael?
They'll cover. I think they'll cover.
Do you think they'll cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything under 2 touchdowns, I feel pretty confident about. Because look, these guys, we know they can score. And they score in weird ways, and they bang out big plays here and there. And then you look at okay, they won. Last week it was 38-10. I did say on the podcast, I think the spread was 34, and I said I think you guys would be lucky to get to 34.
Nice.
But I digress. So yeah, I think that. Under the 12, that's right where it is right now, that 12.5. I think USC is good because it's 2 field goals and a touchdown and you cover. Yeah, whatever.
I think USC wins, but they don't cover. Utah, like, first of all, Utah believes they're going to win the game.
Oh, Utah. Oh, and they always play them tough.
Right. So, and plus, like, they're the type of team that, like, they are well coached. So they're not going to do all the goofy, dumb stuff that these other teams do to lose games, you know. And it's like they're like Utah is what better coached than USC is.
Yes.
And I'll bet you the USC players know that. Because you kind of know, like, you have a sense, like, hey.
Well, they saw it last year. I mean, what, USC lost the game on the last play of the game.
Yeah, like, I think that players know, like, hey, and that affects you, like, it does. If you feel like the other team has better coaches than you, it has an effect on you. You start to kind of play to that.
I mean, like I said, there's no energy on the sidelines. I bet that's part of it. They're like, oh, we got to do this stuff. We got to run these dumb plays again. Oh, we got to do
dumb
this again.
Plays.
Yeah. Like, we're doing what? It's like, wait, who's in the game?
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. Like, where's Ronald? Why's Ronald on the sidelines?
Where's Ronald?
Could you imagine being offensive lineman and getting in the huddle and be like, wait. Sam, question. Where's our good running back? This is what Clay and T want.
I'll bet you the quarterback draw play. I'll bet you that was met with some derision in the huddle.
So what?
It's all right, guys. We got trips left, and we're gonna run a quarterback draw. I'm sorry, what?
Hey, maybe it was an RPO, and I just don't know.
Maybe it's a check with me.
Yeah, maybe. And Darnold did it on his own. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, now they have the selfish quarterback. Oh no.
Well, he's going pro, man.
I don't know. I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about how he wasn't.
Okay.
That all the scuttlebutt is that he's not going pro.
All right.
So we'll see.
I'd go pro. Get me out of here. Tyson and Clay Helton, T. Martin calling goofy plays. All I want to do is go deep. Like, I don't understand. Washington State can go deep. They throw the ball deep. Why can't SC go deep?
Yeah.
Just open up the top. Just first play of the game. Just boom, verticals.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just make them think. Just make them think you're going to do it. I think that's another part of the problem is everyone knows they're not going to do it, so you don't have to defend it.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm off my USC high horse. Do you have any fun news and notes from Notre Dame?
No, I never do. I don't know. I mean, we would have last week. That's the thing. Like, we record, and then in the morning I find out that the quarterback isn't going to play, and that's a bummer. Yeah. Brian Kelly's such a liar. He's such a liar.
He is.
He always lies about that stuff. Like, he says something's going to happen, and it's like, oh, this guy's about to be ready to go. He's going to practice full on Wednesday and Thursday. And then after the game, he doesn't play, and he's like, yeah, I knew on Tuesday he wasn't going to
play. Very Belichickian.
I know. I mean, it's like, why? Like, he doesn't need to. You know what? Here's my news and note for the week. Notre Dame winning and Michigan losing is the recipe for a perfect weekend. Jim Harbaugh.
He's the king of that. Not going to play. I'm not going to talk about injury report stuff.
He doesn't even have a roster.
Yeah.
Like, literally not a roster.
That's my information. You don't need that.
No roster. And see, the thing is, if you're going to be a douche like that, you better be good. And
Michigan State.
Better be Michigan State. He's 1-5 against Michigan State and Ohio State. It's fantastic.
Not good.
Fantastic. I'm all in. Man, it's going to be so awesome when they turn on him. It's going to be so great.
He's going to take it well, too.
Wait. Yeah, oh yeah. It's going to be so good when they turn. That's what I live for, Michael.
Michigan turning on Jim Harbaugh.
Yep.
All right, so what? Next week Notre Dame has a bye. USC has Utah, and then it's rivalry week. So maybe we'll do something fun next week. Like maybe like a recruiting preview or something. People love recruiting.
Yeah.
Since we won't have a lot of Notre Dame talk, we talk about Academia St. Brown's little brother.
Oh, I don't want to talk about him. That makes me sad.
Because all the SC guys want him.
It's just like so freaking terrible. Like we have this whole family, the string of freaking awesome receivers. We get one. Every other situation in the world, like every other program in the world where it's like, look at like the Bosa's at Ohio State. Like one after the other.
Just like Wisconsin.
Yeah, let's just line up and go to that school.
All the Khalils at USC.
Yeah, Notre Dame's ended up with one guy. It's so sad.
St. Brown.
But then it's like we do have the Aquaras, and Julian Aquara is like awesome. So maybe I shouldn't complain too much.
Yeah, whatever. It's what we're here for. Get those complaints out.
Oh yeah, for
it's
sure.
Cathartic.
Yeah.
I did see an O.J. Simpson jersey at the Coliseum. Thought that was a bold statement.
Oh, class! I'm in. All in on that.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
All right.
So next week we get all USC, little Notre Dame bye talk, and then rivalry week. Like I said, find us on tiltingground.com, on the internet, wherever you listen to podcasts. Find Craig on uhnd.com, where he writes copious articles about the Fighting Irish.
That's right.
Give us your listener feedback. Greg and I really enjoy it.
Love it. Love it.
Get through the week.
Woo!
And other than that, fight on.
Go Irish.